I'm gonna show you guys my favorite budget full frame cine zoom lenses that I've been using now for the last couple of months and have quickly become my go-to for just about everything that I'm filming right now. Now, before we begin, I do want to disclose that DZO did send out these lenses for us to use and also gave us a budget to create something cool with them. We did use that money to fund a short film using the brand new Panasonic S52. Now, if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked down below the like button. Now, the lenses that I'm going to be talking about are the Catta Ace VistaVision full frame cine zooms, and they come in three different options. You have the 18-35, the 35-80, which is actually the one that I'm using right now to film this A-roll, and then you also have the 70-135, which has quickly become one of my favorite cine zoom lenses that I've ever used. The image quality of these are truly exceptional, and the image characteristics remind me of higher-end glass that you see from companies like Cooke, where it has this stylistic look, making the footage look more artistic, which tends to be uncommon with zoom lenses. Now, what makes these Catta Ace zooms special and really stand out from anything at its price point? Well, for one, they're full frame, but more importantly, they're also VistaVision, which is a higher resolution widescreen variant of the 35mm motion picture film format. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper and explain what all of this means. So your typical full frame lens must have an image circle of 43mm in order to cover the full frame lens. Now your Catta Ace zoom lenses have an expanded image circle of 46.5mm. Now, why is that important? Well, for cameras like the Alexa LF, which uses a larger sensor, or even the V Raptor, which has an image circle of 46.31mm, using a lens like this means that you won't have any problems. All three lenses have a t-stop of 2.9 and a 16 blade iris, which gives off this really creamy bokeh, especially when you're wide open. But I was pleasantly surprised that even at a higher aperture value, the characteristics or the look remain very similar, which is very rare to see, especially on a zoom lens. The mechanics on these lenses is very smooth, and the focus rotation is consistent throughout all three lenses at 270 degrees. And the breathing performance is very well controlled, which is something that I like. You know what really impressed me about these lenses is the minimum focus distance. Now, these aren't macro lenses per se, but take for example this 18-35. The minimum focus distance on this is 1 foot 8 inches, which means that you can get really close to your subject and get some incredible shots, making these lenses very useful. Another great thing about the Catta Ace line is that they're all the exact same size, which means that the focus, iris, and zoom gears all line up perfectly across all three lenses. And this can be useful in fast-paced shooting environments where swapping lenses can be time-consuming but also disruptive. In fact, this proved to be very beneficial in our short, where we only had a few hours to film, and not having to worry about readjusting the follow focus motor or moving accessories from our camera rig really did save us time. The weight across the board is also very similar, which is handy, especially if you plan to use these on a gimbal or a Steadicam, where every ounce can make a difference. Speaking of weight, for full frame cine zoom lenses, these are exceptionally lightweight compared to anything out in the market in its class. When we used this on a DJI RS3 Pro, we had no issues at all, and we also rigged up our camera with a Condor Blue cage. We also had a wireless transmitter and a few other accessories when we shot our short film. And that's something I really like about these, is the smaller footprint for full frame cine zooms, especially when cameras are getting smaller and smaller. And just to give you an example of how small these lenses are, the front diameter is 80mm and the filter thread size is 77, which is beneficial because you can use smaller matte boxes and quickly swap between each one. These lenses are also parfocal, which means that if you're at 35mm and you're focused on your subject, and then you zoom into 80mm, that focus will remain the same. And this is fantastic if you're doing run and gun documentary, commercials, and even narrative work, which is the type of stuff that I like to do. Now, if you're a solo operator, and something that I've done is actually use the small rig follow focus system. I like it because it has a handle which allows me to attach this on the side of my camera, and it just makes it easy for hand holding and also pulling focus. And it's funny because using this setup has got me wanting to use manual focus lenses again, especially because it's so easy to pull focus when I'm hand holding my camera. Now, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, DZO Films gave us a budget to create a short film where we also partnered with the Condor Blue team to make it. So what we did is take the brand new Panasonic S52, a $2,000 mirrorless camera, and what we did is used all 3 lenses in our short, and I can tell you the image quality on all of these lenses is so beautiful. But what I learned in post-production when I was grading is how all these lenses had consistent color reproduction, and optically they looked very high-end. And even with its beautiful characteristics, it can still produce a sharp image, yet still have that creaminess that you find in vintage style lenses. Which brings me to what I've been saying for the last 3 years. All cameras available today can produce a really good image. And not to take anything away from the Panasonic S52, but it's a $2,000 budget-friendly camera. And here's the thing, what's gonna make a big difference in terms of camera gear, there's 2 main things. If you really want to level up, is gonna be lighting and lenses. If you want your footage to have character, buy lenses that will give your footage character. The camera isn't gonna do that for you. The camera is gonna capture what the lens can see. And this is why I love companies like DZO Films and Condor Blue that are providing high quality products for filmmakers at a much lower entry price point. Now I get it, there's lenses that cost $10, $20, $50, $100,000, and you can justify the reason why they cost so much. But for people like you and I that are not making those type of films, these lenses come close enough. Simply put, as of filming this video, there's really no budget-friendly VistaVision full-frame cinema zoom options, especially with everything that these Catta A zooms offer. The character they add to my footage, the ability to get macro-style shots while also getting a wide range of coverage, but more importantly, their lightweight design is a reason why these have quickly become some of my favorite cine zoom lenses. Okay, so in conclusion, if you want your footage to look unique, yet still have the versatility of a wide variety of focal range coverage, the DZO Catta Ace zoom lenses are a great option for filmmakers looking for a high quality lens without breaking the bank. Now, I think the best way to show off the quality of these lenses is by watching our short film Agony, which I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, leave me a comment down below. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.